EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Cardinals going up against the Eagles. So let's send you up to Pennsylvania. Standing by in Philadelphia are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Philadelphia Eagles. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. On first down, Wentz in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Corey Peters coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Wentz to throw on second down. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Here we go.
Now Wentz on third down. He's got time. Goes underneath for Sproles. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up fourth down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Here we go on fourth down with Wentz. Surveying the field. Trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kevin Minter. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter. They've got the football back. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Get ready. Blue 95. Blue 95.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Johnson. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
Now Palmer to throw on second down. And Gresham has it left side. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Palmer now to throw on 3rd down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Let's go, let's go.
Palmer to throw again. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Get ready. 1, 18. Regular.
Throwing again here, Palmer. And he's got Gresham. And they get 14 yards there at a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Get ready. 1, 18. 1, 18.
Slot man moves right. Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, but they face a second and long to start things out. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Get ready. 1, 18. 1, 18.
Again, it's Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now Palmer to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
To throw is Palmer. This will be caught at the 2. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
They'll run it with Johnson. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense.
Get ready. Wide 18. Wide 18. Sally 19. Sally 19.
To Johnson again. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson taking it in from a yard out. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And out of bounds there on the kick.
Now let's go. Blue landed.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. Well, going off topic a minute, Charles, I know you and I really enjoyed watching Sunday night's game in Week 8. Dallas, Philadelphia, Prescott, Wentz. The new hot guys on the scene, they're looking sharp.
And throughout history in the NFL, typically when we talk about quarterbacks, it's rarely that we talk about one without someone else who's a peer of his that we're always comparing them to, right? So these two have that opportunity to do that in the future. And let's face it, when the season began, we thought it might be Carson Wentz and Jared Goff since they went 1 and 2 in the NFL draft.
And the Cardinals, they trot out their dime package for 3rd down.
Green 39. Green 39.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he connects with Ertz. And he's brought down after a good game. That one goes for 24 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Brief break in the action here. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. On 1st down, Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
One receiver left, 2 to the right.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it.
Hurry up, here we go.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And it is incomplete. complete. Fans, in honor of Veterans Day, for every point scored during the NFL's 32 Salute to Service games, the league will donate $1,000 to its military nonprofit partners, including the Pat Tillman Foundation, USO, and Wounded Warrior Project. To join the salute and learn more, visit NFL.com/salute.
And we thank all those great men and women out there for their service to our country.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield.
Sally 19, Sally 19, Sally 19, Sally 19.
Now Palmer on first down. Underneath for Johnson. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On second down, here's Palmer. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Andre Ellington. And that takes us from second to third down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
18, mirror, mirror, mirror. Mirror, mirror, mirror. Mirror, mirror, mirror. Let's go, let's go.
Now Palmer completes it over the middle to Floyd. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Regular, regular.
On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. Trying to lay one up deep. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Leonis McKelvin. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Here we go now. Please.
A final shot before half for Wentz. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. And pump the brakes, Larry. Pump the brakes. We are ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. J.J. Nelson now to return. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, 87 yards. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is fielded at the goal line. A strong running. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And this drive will start.